This has been a crazy year. A year full of unexpected twists, obstacles that we never thought we'd have to overcome. There's a lot of things we weren't able to do, memories we weren't able to have, time together we weren't able to share. But the good news, the year isn't over. God is still in control and you still have a purpose. You know, back in the Old Testament, God commanded his people to celebrate a Sabbath year or a sabbatical year every 7 years. Now what that meant was that for the farmers and their crop, they had to stop work for an entire year. No yielding the crops, no planting more seeds, no weeding, no anything. Just let the field overgrow. Whatever is produced is free to the community, and at the end of that year, all debts are to be forgiven. Now, God commanded his people to do this for a number of reasons, but one of them was that so that they could increase their faith and trust in God to be their sole provider, to take care of them, no matter how much they worked, no matter how much they tried to depend on themselves, and no matter how fruitful the land was, God ultimately was their provider. It was a stretch of faith. But I think another big reason was that God knew the fields needed time to heal from the years of work that had been done on them. Time where they weren't being worked, time where things could just flourish and grow uninhibited. And in that year, the soil would almost kind of heal itself, and the fields almost needed this time in order to produce even more fruitful crops again in the years to come. Not to mention the workers that could use some good rest and time with their families. Now, 2020 has been tough, and in a lot of ways, it's almost like a forced Sabbath year. It's a forced sabbatical where we are forced to take a break from the things that we would normally do, and maybe God's using this time to prepare us, to prepare the soil in our hearts to be even more fruitful for the years to come. Now, I know that many of you feel like you're running on fumes, that you're spiritually dry, and maybe your cup is just empty. You don't feel like you have that much more to give, and it's honestly just kind of hard to hear God's voice in the midst of everything going on. This is why rest is so important. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is to retreat. And I'm not saying to retreat away from your problems or your responsibilities, but retreat towards God. Retreat back to him to fill up your cup. Rest in him to find your peace. Turn your ears away from the noise and distractions and towards his spirit who's living and moving inside of you, spurring you towards action to really show the world around you the transformative power of God's love and kindness. There's a lot of ways that you can find rest in God. We've talked about it in several messages before. In fact, I'll link some of those up here or down in the description. Find your rest, find your peace in God. And if you're in high school, then the year's not over, and we're gonna have the opportunity again this year to end this year a week before Thanksgiving and a month before the year ends, to allow God to till the soil in your own heart, to allow him to move in you and to give you the opportunity to retreat. We're having our annual high school fall retreat this November 20th through the 22nd, and it's open now for registration. I encourage you, go and register, sign up. It's gonna be a great year. We're going again with Fairhaven, and we're gonna have an opportunity for community and for worship, but also just fun and fellowship and to make memories that will last you a lifetime. Take the opportunity at the end of this year, in the next couple of months, to refocus your heart and your mind on him and what he's wanting to do in your life. I love you guys. I hope you're doing well this week. I'll see you this weekend.